Hi guys, hello everybody. 40 years is such a long time, isn't it? Thank you so much for putting this event on, not just the reunion, where you'll be going to on Saturday night, but also the reason behind it, because people like myself who have this awful disease with dementia will benefit from it. I'm sure the guys at the Bolton Dementia Club will make sure that every penny raised will go to a very, very good cause and help people within Bolton. And make sure that people are looked after better. 40 years, St. Albans, what can I say? Wow. Um, it wasn't an easy school to go to, let's be honest. But yeah, many happy times. I can remember walking up Asda Road with Bernice and catching the Manley Road Terrace bus. I can remember being attacked by Castle Hill people on the way and going up the big hill up beyond the road past the Rocket pub. Remember that posh pub, the Rockets, and then being dropped off outside the school. It's just a shame there's not more photographs. I can't believe that nobody can find just a few photographs. But yeah, happy times. A lot of them were happy anyway. Being going out in the playtime or in break, going down the steps if you remember, and then going out on the outside, the boys to the left, the girls to the right, and the two yellow lines in between. Woe betide if he went across one of those lines, then maybe the Almighty himself would send a thunderbolt down. But go on the grass, around the pylons, and on the playground, on the playfield, no problem whatsoever. You could mix as much as you wanted, and probably get up to as much as you wanted too. But yeah, it was just crazy times when you work it out. Mr. Diamond was the English teacher, Mr. Crometer, music teacher, Mr. Doyle. I like Mr. Doyle. I got to know him in later life, actually, when I worked behind the bar of the pub, and I must admit I've had a fondness and a love of history since. So yeah, and Mr. Liddell, well, God bless him. I can just see him now walking down the corridor and bouncing people out the way with his belly. I mean, mine's nearly as big these days, but probably not quite. But yeah, people just bounced off him. And his wife, Mrs. Liddell, she was lovely. She was lovely. There was just so many people to remember. Mr. Horban, and obviously Mrs. Denton, Mrs. Wilkinson, and so on and so on. So yeah, I do. Funny thing, this disease. You remember way back. I can tell you that one of my best friends in school was actually a girl, and that was Julie Olroyd. And we were never in item, but we were just best of friends. And all you guys I remember so well. Terry, Carol. I'm going to forget some of you. You know I am. Julie, Christine Turner, Moss Street Baths, swimming, we used to go. Sandra Bond, I'm afraid I lost Sandra to the Bolton Wanderers. I'll let Sandra explain about that one. Shirley Crimmins as was one of my first ever girlfriends. So I don't know how many of you know that, but you'll probably know it now. And yeah, and just times in the classroom were mad. I remember in the third year I came last in class. I was in 3A and I came last. But I think that was a lot down to being sat next to Pat Lyons during the exams, because we did nothing but laugh and giggle all the way through and just mess about. And no matter what we'd learned all year, just went out the window. We just had a great time. It was amazing. Not so clever when I got home, when I told my mum and dad that I'd come last, but there you go. But yeah, just crazy times. So sad to see it go. So sad to hear about it burning down. Um, Terry Bailey, Johnny Ryan, and I know Terry's on Facebook as well. I actually looked up to Terry, and I still do. I think he was a calming influence. He'd be laughing his head off at me saying this, but he was actually a calming influence on me because he always seemed to have the right thing to say. And yeah, I still got a lot of respect for him. And of course, the three amigos, every time John Horban or Missy Denton spoke out from the assembly, it was McNamara, McGreevy, and Peacock, my office, every time. Didn't seem to mention anybody else, apart from Vinnie Murphy, that is, and maybe Mickey Halliday, maybe a few more anyway. But there you go. That was just those days we were in school. Who remembers? Who remembers being dragged back into the hall? Every class was dragged back in. because somebody had pinched boxes and boxes of condoms from a factory at the top of Breakmate, and the whole school was covered in condoms. And we had to all put them in a box, used or unused or whatever, and we had to put them in a box on the way out. And John Orban was absolutely blood red in the face. It was so funny. So funny. And then a week later, the place was flooded with high karate, aftershave and things like that. It was one mad school when you work it out. But it's really funny. It's, you know, you made friends there, and friends you may have lost touch with, but you never actually forget. And the nice thing about this disease is that I have is I don't forget any of you guys from my childhood. I forget lots and lots what happened a week ago or 2 weeks ago, but I don't remember very much. You know, I don't forget much about my childhood. So all you girls out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Only joking. But all you lads out there, thank you, because I believe that friends that we had at St Anne's, because we come out of primary school. I mean, I came from Hull Infants, and when I went to St Anne's, I had never seen as much gratuitous violence in my life, and that was just the teachers. That was just the teachers. But I think it made us who we are, and it made us who we are today. So I'd just like to say on behalf, I'm so sorry we can't be there, on behalf of myself, my wife Elaine, my many children, my many grandchildren. I've got 23 grandchildren. So you can imagine. I think the reason why I have so many is because I've got to remember all the names. But they do call me Grandad Noah, because I can only cope with them 2 at a time. But I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for being who you are, for helping shape me into who I am. And I promise you, as long as I can, I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive you. But Freudian slip, I'll never forget you. Much love to you guys. Love you loads. Bye.